feedback. So when I say, hey, sis, I want y'all to say, let's talk. Okay.
Okay.
You know, church, clapping,
Yeah.
Hey, sis.
Let's talk.
I love it. All right. So, hey, sis, let's talk is a sisterhood, no membership required sisterhood creating a safe space here. Black space, right? Women in Tarrant County to have open discussion about different challenges that we may face, as well as opportunities, and to support businesses and so forth. So we want to welcome our crowd tonight. Are we bringing good energy, ladies?
Yes, all the energy.
All the energy, all the energy. We know during the pandemic, it kind of broke down some, relationships, just kind of because we were separated and all the things. And so now we want to be able to come back together and fellowship and uplift. And so sister to sister conversation that uplifts us all. This conversation is for women of all ages. We have a little young crew. I'm not the young one here, but I think we have a little young crew here as we explore the topic of the soft girl era. And so, I'm excited. Y'all ready to bring all the good things to the table? Yes. All right. I want everybody to introduce yourself. Make sure you brag about yourself a little bit. We have, a couple of seconds to do that, and then I'll be last. So we'll start with Kiana. Tell us about you.
Hey, sis.
Let's talk.
Yes, so my name is Kiana Rios. I'm the founder of Plucked and Inked. It's an eyebrow specialty salon and salon suites out in Hurst, Texas. So I make people fall in love with their eyebrows again through custom shaping and enhancements. And I also offer salon space to other tenants as a collaborative space for them to come and run their beauty businesses as well. I was in the suite life for a couple years, just finally acquired the first storefront. So that was in September. So now we rolling. I'm fully leased out. So it's been great. Been really busy in business, and everything is just growing and thriving. So, all glory to God, right? Wow. So grateful. Right. Happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
All right. Hey, sis.
Let's go.
Here we go. All right. So we're going to pass the mic to Aria.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, y'all. So my name is Aria Walker. I'm from sunny South Florida. I'm Haitian and Jamaican. I recently graduated with my Master's of Public Health. Yes.
Go, sis.
Okay. Thank you. Before that, I graduated 2 years prior with my Bachelor's of Public Health, so I've just been speed rolling school, y'all. But now I'm in a new era of life where I'm not in school, and it's very different. Not having a homework assignment due on a Wednesday.
I know, right?
I can just hang out. So now I'm in this era of exploring and learning myself. So that's a little bit about me. Very happy to be here.
All right. Hey, sis.
Let's talk.
All right. We're going to pass the mic over to Kayla.
Hey, sis.
Let's talk.
My name is Kayla Thomas. I graduated from TCU for my undergraduate with a bachelor's degree in biology and a bachelor's degree in child development.
Okay.
And now I currently work at Cook Children's Healthcare System in the inpatient psychiatric unit, so where we do crisis management for kids with behavioral health crisis. And in the fall, I'll be starting medical school soon. I hope to be a pediatrician. So, yeah, I'm starting soon. So that's a little bit about me.
Hey, sis.
Let's talk.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ty Mays, and I am the founder and CEO of All That Glitters. I found a pandemic-proof business working online and also equipping over 150 bosses where they can work around the clock, online, going anywhere. So that really changed a whole lot of lives. So I'm very, very proud of that. I've had my LLC over 5 years now, so I'm very excited. I do have my master's degree in business. So by day, I am an accountant, and by night, I am what they call the glitter boss. And so I do beautiful $5 and $8 sets. And so I am super excited to be with you tonight.
Listen, we have a lot of educated folks up here. I'm excited. All right, my name is Lachelle Goodrich, and I am the founder and executive director of CHAMP, which stands for Community Healing and Mental Health Project, which was founded, created a safe space for brown and black people to process their feelings and emotions after the killing of Tatiana Jefferson. I am a licensed professional counselor, supervisor, so I get to do something that I wish someone could have done for me is I get to supervise, train, give hands-on experience to college students that are graduating with their degree as a counselor, but to provide culturally competent training and to serve the community. And so, so I get to also bring the first mobile mental wellness clinic to the city of Fort Worth. So, but I'm glad to be able to be on the stage with such greatness as we move into a soft girl era. Right. I've never been a girly girl or really a soft girl. I remember in elementary, they was like, I need you to learn, you know how they write on your report cards, I need you to learn how to use your inside voice. Or they wouldn't even talk to you because I've always been an advocate for other people. And I was like, I don't know what my inside voice is. But let's talk about, what does soft girl era mean to you? Who wants to jump in first?
I can start.
All right.
Okay, so to me, I feel like I've always kind of been a soft girl.
Okay.
And now we're talking about this soft girl era, but to me it just means like a period of calmness or stillness, a period of deserving without having to work so hard to get it, you know? Sometimes we have to work harder or smarter than others, and so I think this era is just receiving those things that I believe I deserve without having to overexert myself to obtain those things. So I think in doing that, it allows me to slow down. It allows me to connect with myself. So that's, to me, the soft girl era, is kind of getting what I feel I deserve without overworking myself, which then allows me to be slower, to be calmer, to be more in touch with myself.
Absolutely. I love that. Slowing down.
Yes.
We live in this era of just fast pace, and I'm on my hustle. Ooh, but slowing down. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
I can chime in. For me, I think that soft girl era means that putting your mental health and your physical health first and foremost before anything. I think that whenever we're super busy or like in school or like have a stressful job, we can tend to like neglect certain things that we do for ourselves. So like, since I think I've been in my soft girl era, I've been like going to get massages or like going to get my nails done, things that I didn't used to do before, especially in college. Like I would just be like, I have to study, there's no time for that. But I think it's also being allowed to do that, because sometimes we can't do that. Sometimes like we don't have the money for it, or like we just don't have the time.
If you had money, then let me know.
I didn't have the money for it, but now I do. So I think just having that space to be able to be allowed to do that, and then making it a priority for yourself. Yeah.
I like how, because we have, different generations, right? I'm in my 40s, and so at 20 something, I was married, trying to raise a family, and so soft girl, like really, what is that, right? You go to work, take care of the kids, come home, and so I like it to be able to hear it from a different perspective. So, what about Kiana?
Yeah, for me, I feel like, to pinpoint it, I'd say it's grace over grind.
Ooh.
So instead of just grinding my life out, just always doing something, I got to be somewhere, I got to do something in the business, is allowing myself to rest, like allowing myself to be soft. I know I talked previously to Kelly about it, and it's pretty much the opposite of having like a hard life. Like, it's just be who you are, peace, mental wellness, allowing all of that stuff to just kind of be within yourself instead of just going and doing. So
Right.
and doing it for yourself, because you see on social media, it's like Daddy treated me soft girl era, and it's like, what are you doing for yourself? So for me, it's more what I do for me versus somebody even just like treating me. It's like being soft to myself.
And I love that for them, but that
it's great. It's wonderful.
Right. Ty, as you mentioned that you're an accountant by day, and then you all that glitters at night. Tell us about soft girl era and being able to make that balance.
So the huge word that stands out is balance, because some people are not afforded that opportunity. All right. And so they don't know the first thing about being soft. So you have to balance. And so living on my own, yes, I have my parents, but living on my own, having my own business, having a full-time job, how can I, right? You have to pick that time. You have to do the massages. You have to do the nails. So you're balancing, because I still got to pay the bills.
Right.
So the word that really, really stands out for me is balance.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think someone that I've fully transitioned from my full-time job to hey sis, let's talk about the freedom. I think so. For the longest, I've always worked 2 jobs. I don't know when. It was because that's something that I desired. So of course, full time, you have this and all the things, and then your side hustle. But then I had to change my mentality, because it's not a hustle. This is a business. I was just sitting back and talking to somebody. I was like, it'll be 10 years for my private practice in September. And I didn't know what a soft girl what really is that. Again, I've told you I've never been a soft girl. However, you said the word is the grace. Being able to sit, to balance, to take time to do massages. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest, for me, that is a chore. Going to get a massage, because that means I have to turn off my phone. How many messages am I going to miss? How many phone calls? So I have to turn off my brain. And then, but I have to be intentional about that. Getting my nails done, that's really that's a chore, but I like it though. I like it. And so for me, soft girl era is finding the grace to sit and be still. But I also have found that when I am able to sit and be still, that is when God imparts into me the most. Okay, this is what I need your next to be, not because I need you to take it and run off. It is because this is who I'm getting ready to have to pour into you. And of course, this is not church. I'm just saying, for me, that is what soft girl era it is. Sitting by a body of water and being still, putting my phone on do not disturb, and I'm the oldest, and so all of that anxiety of like, okay, so who go? And then I have a son and a daughter, like they're grown, but they'll never be grown. And so when you talked about the grace, that really set with me. Not to mention that's my middle name.
Confirmation.
I love that.
And so sometimes you have to be removed from situations that causes you to continue to go and find the grace to sit and to be still. So thank you. All right, so let's tackle a little bit more. What do you feel in this soft girl era during this particular time? Is there like a specific way we have to live? Does it look different from person to person? Or do we have to keep up the status quo of whatever society and social media tell us what that is? Because, we have to have, social media tell us we have to, be a Coke bottle. And so we doing all of these different enhancements, no shade. But sometimes we can get so caught up in all of the things, right? No shade at all. But we can get so caught up in those things. And social media or society will tell us that soft girl era means that, I have to have that bust down 30 and I have to be shaped this way. But what I found out, if we're not, now again, y'all know I'm a therapist, so just roll with me. If we're not happy with ourselves inside, is there really a soft girl era? Because, we can take pictures and, we throw on the filters and we put all this. So tell me, is there a specific way when you talk about the soft girl era that you have to be?
No, it's not a specific script. It is the balance within you, because everyone is different. everybody has went through something different. So you have to find what makes you happy. All right. So ice cream, okay, makes me happy. But you may be lactose intolerant.
Right. Speak.
Okay. So it's not a cookie cutter. It's not a script. You have to sit down. That's the body of water. You're sitting by a body of water because that makes you feel good. It makes you feel at peace. What if you can't swim?
Right.
All right. So you have to find what's good for you, and that's okay. It's going to look different. It's going to feel different. And it's getting in touch with you, yourself inside. So it's no cookie cutter. It's no script. You can't Google it, okay?
Right.
You can Google the title, but it's all about what makes you happy inside. Yeah.
I'll piggyback. I 100% agree about you and yourself. I feel like because of social media, because of society, soft girl era is like a restoration phase for all of us. Because we've been trying to keep up with the Joneses. We've been trying to keep up with what's on social media, scrolling. So even just turning off our phone off of social media or off of things that we see around us, it's given us a chance to really just rewire our brain to figure out what it does for us. And that is, like you were saying, sitting in silence, sitting by the water, doing all of that.
Right.
So I think restoration is a good word for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like even in our answers, they were all different and kind of tailored and unique to us. Now, I love a massage. Oh, I love a massage. I call my mom. I'm like, can you gift me your massage, please? But I just don't do it all the time because they're kind of expensive. Not in that era. I love getting my nails done. I do kind of feel like it's a chore. Don't say that to my mama because she loves getting her nails done. But like me, I'm like, oh, I gotta sit there, and then like they're talking, and I'm like, is my hand ugly? Like, what's going on here? Like, do you not like the color? But all of our answers were like unique to us, and there was similarities amongst our answers. I would love to sit by the lake, or like I would love to go to the beach and sit by the water and listen to the waves. And I do feel like, this is not church, but I do feel like that's when I hear the Lord the most, is in the silence. And he's sometimes telling you that you need to sit still to learn the direction that you're meant to go in. But for me, I enjoy reading. And for some people, they don't like listening to music while they're reading. It's too overstimulating. So for me, oh, give me some Cleo Soul while I'm reading a good book. Oh, I just love it. I love listening to music. I love reading. Like, those would be my top things. And in my soft girl area, turning off social media. That's part of that for me.
Yeah.
I gotta let TikTok, she is still gone. She is still not in my phone. She might come back soon. But it's just different for everybody. It's based on what you need.
Yeah. When did we first hear about soft girl era? So you live in a space, right, where it's always like feel like it's competition, right? And so you have the alpha male and the beta and then the alpha female and you know, you hear these things as if you are, you know, when you're dating and all these other things. And so I think sometimes when we hear those, it brings, you know, when you say, oh, well, she's an alpha female. So does that mean that I don't live in my soft girl era? Or does it mean that, you know, I know what I want? Or, you know, for me, the soft girl era, when I first started hearing, like I said, when you started on social media and you saw, well, I'm living in my soft girl era. And at first it took me a while to kind of comprehend. I was like, because I don't know what is that? Because when you are a go-getter, so women, we are the creators of everything. Let's not add being black, right? We are the givers of life. We are creators. We're innovators, all of these things. And so we have been taught and conditioned. You have children, you get married, you go to work. You know, Proverbs 31 talks about this woman that does all the things. She goes to the market, she barters, you know, and so that has just been conditioned of our minds. So when somebody comes along to try to come help, whether it's a man, a female, or, hey, I can, you know, plug me in, that is hard. So for me, I had to learn, like, okay, delegation, being vulnerable. And when somebody showed up with something that they took from a conversation that I said that I casually, don't tell anybody, I like those fried apple pies from Lisa's Chicken, and they put the icing on it. So that's a treat. So I was having a conversation with somebody, and then the following week, they came and said, hey, step out, and brought me this. And I was like, so what? And I had to be like, be in your soft girl era, because I wanted to be authentic in this moment, accept it and say thank you. Because I'm like, okay, so what do you want? Normally it's like, what do you want? Because you have your defenses up, right? And so when did y'all first, when that soft girl era, when did that really resonate or sit with you all?
I would say for me, I started seeing the term a lot last year in 2024, and I would see a lot of like soft girl aesthetic. So people would have like, like the clean makeup, they call it clean makeup.
Right.
And I think that it's not really per se like, like not being that alpha female or not being that go-getter. I think it's knowing when to find peace within yourself and knowing how to like nourish your soul to where you're not worried constantly about other things. Right. So I feel like you could be that go-getter and that person that handles business, but I feel like the difference of whether you're a soft girl that is a go-getter is if you know how to relax and you know how to find peace within yourself and still be able to, go to sleep at the end of the day and be like, I could give it to God, like it's gonna happen for me regardless. Absolutely. And I think that like people who aren't in their soft girl era or like aren't awarded the opportunity to be in their soft girl era maybe can't. Like maybe like you're taking care of somebody sick and you can't stop worrying about them 24/7. But that doesn't mean that you can't find your soft girl era and find what gives you that peace as well. And so yeah. I don't even know if that answered the question.
Awarded that time. Yeah, that's perfect.
But I don't know, yeah.
You said something, awarded that time to be in their soft girl era.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a privilege.
I think so.
Once you find that peace within yourself, and kind of piggybacking off what you said, I think boundary would be a good word for sure. Having a boundary to be able to be in that, because if you don't have boundaries, there's no way for you to cut that off to be in your soft girl era. So,
and can we say that it's okay to have a soft girl era moment? Because if you
100%.
are a caretaker, if I can have 2 hours away to be in this moment,
I've tapped into it.
right? And sit in that moment, and then you have to go back into being caregiver. I think we should honor and respect, like, okay, I've been in that, I've had my soft girl era time where I can relax and just be and find that peace and that grace. I'm gonna come back to that grace. I'm gonna wear it out. Listen.
wear it out.
And so I think, but we have to be able to sit in that and recognize that, because again, if we're going, and somebody does provide like a 2 hour, break or whatever, and we are able to do the things that we enjoy doing, sometimes we get stuck in, I got to go back to doing this. I got to go, but just enjoying that moment. So I think we can say we can have soft girl moments.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? What else?
I think I'd like to say that like there's always trends going on around. This one was probably my favorite because I learned self-care mechanisms for myself. I realized that if you were to ask me, Aria, are you in your soft girl era? My answer would be no. I'm not in that era. That's just not the time period of my life that I'm in. However, when it was trending, I couldn't even tell you when it showed up. It was just soft girl era, and I was like, yeah, I like that. But there's just components about it that I learned from all the trends and the girls doing the things and people emphasizing like just going on a walk. They'd be like, oh, soft girl era. And I was like, oh, that used to be hot girl walk. Now it's soft girl era. I like that. Now we're not speed walking. We're enjoying the stillness. We're seeing the leaves fall from the tree. I'm like, yes, I enjoy that so much more than the hot girl walk. This is nice. There are just things that I learned from this trend. I can't even say that it's an era. It's just moments of your life that you feel soft or you feel connected amongst yourself. So I learned what my self-care is in this era.
Yeah, but you exude soft girl to me.
Thank you. I feel like I finally could put a name to it. Like people exude different things. Mine is not hard worker, but it's and I walk into a room, I'm not gonna be like, she works hard. It's gonna give, oh, she's like soft.
It's the voice. It's the voice.
Oh my gosh, no, it really is the voice. And when I saw this trend, I was like, Aria.
Oh my goodness. I love it.
But that doesn't mean I'm not a hard worker.
You say so, don't play.
Yeah, no. I can get down to business. But when you see me, it's like, sweet, delicate. And I'm like, yes, just don't play with me. Yeah.
Love it.
I do too. Thank you. Listen, I know that's right. No, they be like, I'm like, now don't speak too loud because we don't want her to cry. But no. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
I'm going to say in dating, I saw the trend about 4 or 5 years ago. So all of this spot mask and muds and walking in water, that's not what I heard about. It was more so about, can you let me open the door for you?
Yeah.
I know you got cash. I can pay for the meal. Can you let me do that? Okay, you know what? Forget it. You got it. So it was like a reminder, I would say, because sometimes it's fast paced. You got to go. You're used to paying all of your bills. You're used to that. And then someone, or even a friend, with a hot apple pie, okay, will come along and say, you know what, I've got this. But you're so used to maybe having a defense up.
Yeah.
Because you're going to try to call that ticket in another 6 months or 3 months or whatever. And so you're kind of defensive. So that's where I first kind of saw like soft girl era. Okay, this person has the door for me. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let it happen. So that's where I saw it. Yeah.
What you say? Because in 3 months, 6 months, you're going to call it that ticket in.
Yeah,
Is this because you brought me that apple pie?
Right. Or I got you this, so you should pay the parking, or you should do this, or and it could be like a friend, your homegirl or whatever. You know, they're keeping a tick sheet, which really isn't a friendship,
right?
Or really isn't love, because you tracking my pies now,
right?
What?
Right.
All right, so you would say no, never mind, I got it, I don't want help, just because of that. So yeah.
How has if you've been in the soft girl era for a moment, how has that impacted your life? I'm gonna jump in. I would say it's impacted my communication style with my adult children. Right, so they're grown, and when they were younger, we on a schedule. Let's chop, and so now that they are grown, they was like, I don't know this person. Like, Mama, you've been going to therapy. Stop playing with me. Yes. However, I think it has impacted my communication, especially when you're fast paced and maybe like you have an event going on, and you maybe short fuse. And so what I've learned is to make sure, because I believe in practicing what I preach, right? So the same things that I'm sharing with my clients of being mindful, being in the moment, I make sure I try to practice that as much as possible. And so just my communication style with my children, and with people that I'm close with. Because sometimes we have a little bit higher expectations for them. And so I would just say for communication, how has the soft girl era impacted you and the people that are around you?
I feel like being in my 20-somethings. It's like a time of, okay, all right. It's like a time of a lot of growth. So this soft girl era, I was able to embed it into my character, setting boundaries of like, no, I don't want to do that, and saying no is a complete sentence, but I was able to intertwine the soft girl era into that and prioritizing more of myself as I continue growing. But when it comes to others around me in my community, I would say that I've tried to share that with like my family, and my friends, but mostly my family. My family, very go-getter, very hardworking, don't stop. I'm like, did you breathe today? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Did you eat? They're like, yes, but I gotta go. And I'm like, you can still do that, but you have to listen to yourself. So like my aunt and I, we can talk for hours, and she's always like, Aria, I've learned something from you. And I'm like, oh, thank you. The soft girl era, yes. We're sharing the joy. Just sharing what I've learned and trying to help my family of go-getters and hard workers and growing up with that mentality of go, 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 I'm like, you have earned the right to stop and breathe and smell the flowers. You know, like, you know, the reverse parenting. I'm over there. I'm over there with my mom. And I'm like, how was your day? She's like, oh, we're just da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, mm-hmm. So I'm going to send you some coffee. And I'm going to send you your favorite treat from Dunkin' Donuts today. And you're just going to eat it. And you're going to take a lunch. Say it back. You're going to take a lunch. You're going to just breathe because you deserve to have this soft girl era too. So as I'm learning, they're learning. We're just all human. We all evolve. But I'm sharing that with them.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback off of what you said, I feel like it shifted my mindset to kind of be able to like learn what self-care is. I feel like as women, especially Black women, we're not raised to be in a soft girl era. We're raised to kind of be like go-getters. Like my parents have always told me, don't ever depend on a man for nothing. If you don't do it yourself, like it's not gonna get done. So like I've always had to like make sure I was on my P's and Q's, making sure I was getting, you know, good grades, getting things done, because I had this mindset that like if I didn't, I would not necessarily be a failure, but I have to show my parents and prove to my parents that all the things that they instilled in me would pay off. And I think when I got to college, especially at TCU, I could really see it because a lot of my counterparts would say stuff like ring by spring or like I'm here to find a man, and I'm like, a man? I'm here to get a degree. Like, you know, and that was a thing. It was called ring by spring, and I'm like,
Really?
a lot of people, yeah, like they're raised to go to college to find a man and depend on men, and that's not how we're raised. So I think that we don't really have like that space to be in a soft girl era because we're always working on the next thing. But I think being in my soft girl era and learning self-care has allowed me to do that and kind of shift my mindset where I still don't have to depend on a man, but I can still find time to do like self-care and allow people to do nice things for me, and I don't always have to do everything for myself.
Love
Yeah.
it. Love it.
I think we have to find a balance though.
Yeah.
You know, the ring by spring, child. Listen, I'm still with your parents, okay? However, I think, but just finding that balance. Like I said, I have a son that's in college, and so. But I think, you know, working hard, there's nothing wrong with working hard. I think we just have to find that balance.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, this generation, y'all gonna live a little longer than we are, because y'all have some good boundaries. And no, I'm not doing this. I'm like, but we have this whole program that's coming up on Monday, and so we need to do this final. Nope, you should have called me on Thursday. And they have these hard boundaries. I'll be like, they need to be on the first thing smoking. No. But I think, you know, you all bring a good balance to whatever team that you all are on. And so I just think making sure that you have people at the table in the room that value what you bring, and that will take that and implement it. Yeah. Did you have some type that you was going to say?
No, they hit it.
I feel like in relationship-wise, leading with love. I feel like even with my daughter, I feel like now that I'm in my soft girl era, I feel like I'm softer with her. It's not just like a snap back,
Right.
or if she giving me attitude or roll her eyes or something. It's not just like, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, like I feel like I'm more calm, like on the inside, and even like in business, like or even like with my clients and stuff. Like I'm not working myself to death because I'm like, you know what? No, I've already worked my way up to here. I'm in this era, so let me set a schedule. I'm not gonna go against that schedule, and I'm in my soft girl era, so I'm a coast. So
Beautiful.
that's how it's helped me.
So does the soft girl era sometimes, or the soft girl, does it sometimes compete with the independent woman or the boss? So does being the soft girl, does that sometimes compete with the boss that's in us?
No, just boundaries.
I think it's a struggle sometimes though,
Yeah.
because you're like, I have to get this done. I
Yes.
can't just relax.
Right.
So I think you have to make that decision to relax, and I
Right.
think it can kind of be an internal struggle if you don't make that decision to just be like,
You
I have to
schedule
relax.
it in.
Yeah.
You got to schedule it in.
Yeah.
Because you have quotas, you got goals,
Yeah.
you got rent, and you got to make sure you get it in so that you can eat. You know, so it is a balance, and yes, 100% she competes.
Yeah.
That softie, yes, she's competing.
I think, I would
I
say
can't go to
yes.
sleep. I have to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's right there.
I think it is boundaries, but I think it also is sometimes it is a struggle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I need to get this done. And so Monday, like that was my first really official day being unemployed, but employed at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I washed dishes, I organized some things. I was like, I just don't know that because I am so used to, okay, I have this meeting. I'm constantly checking my schedule. Okay, I have clients. I need to do this. But, just even working through my own counseling is in making sure that I have boundaries and that I have a set schedule.
Yes.
Because I want to honor myself. I don't want to not honor myself. And so, but it is a competition, especially somebody that's always on the go. Like you said, we're going to have to eat, we have to pay these bills and all the things. So there is competition, but sitting and having the grace and boundaries.
Strategy has helped me operate in my soft girl era.
And making sure that,
Strategizing
you have people on your team like these two.
Gentle reminder.
Yeah, I think it will keep us balanced. I want to take a couple of questions from the audience. Regarding the soft girl era, being a businesswoman, independent. Let's take some questions.
Okay, well, of course I have no questions. I'm an old head. I know everything, right? So it's no questions. But what I would like to offer, first of all, amazing job. The panel has been amazing. So y'all have done an amazing job. But what I would like to offer y'all, because you hit everything like on the head. I love what you do with the boundaries and all of that. But I would like you all to substitute that word balance with harmony. Right? Because balance means that we have to have everything equal at all times, right? We have to do this at this percent, this, and so we're balancing. It's like walking on a balance beam. We have no room to make any changes. But in your soft girl era, it's about harmony.
Right.
It's about, so if y'all know anything about, the church choirs and whatever, we have harmony. But we may only have 2 altos and 10 sopranos and 1 bass.
Right.
But when we come through, nobody out there knows because we have what? Harmony. Because that means every single day things are going to be different. So today I may need to be on that struggle bus.
Come on.
Doing my hustle, and that's all I can give for 24 hours today.
Right.
And so, but tomorrow, I'm going to be in my soft girl era. And so it's about harmony. We can't try to create balance every single day because that is impossible because everything is not going to be firing on the same cylinders every single day. So I love everything that y'all doing, but just erase that word balance because that's impossible. Balance is the equivalent to perfection. And perfection doesn't exist either. And so I teach people all the time, you have to adopt the good enough mindset, and then you have to create harmony. Yeah. But I love everything that y'all said.
Thank you for that, Jim.
Hey, sis.
I'm thinking. I got something. So y'all have been amazing. Y'all have been absolutely amazing.
Everything.
Yes. This has been everything. And so, Ty, you said for you, it wasn't just last year with Soft Girl, the whole Soft Girl era. Because let me tell you, I'm struggling.
I know.
I am struggling because I have been the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, right?
And caregiver.
And so, yes. And so, and the caregiver and all of those things. And so it has never really played a part. Like, I'm going to go get my nails done, but that's just because they look a mess.
Right.
I'm going to go get my toes done because I want to wear sandals. It's not relaxing. It's not comforting.
Right.
It's not,
Right.
it's one of those things that I have to do.
Check it out.
I don't like massages, but I do. Because I can't ever turn my mind off. My mind never turns off. It's just going and going. So by the time I'm relaxed, it's over. Because it's taken me that long to come down.
Yes.
But I think the part that Ty, you said, having to be vulnerable enough, or trying to figure out that vulnerability to allow the person of the opposite sex to step into that place and be like, I'm going to take care of you. And then saying, do I trust that?
Right.
Do I trust that?
Right.
Are you, so I'm not worried about you opening the door, because I'm going to stand there
Until you do.
until you open the
Period.
door.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to stand there.
Right.
I'm not worried
Yes,
about
ma'am.
that.
Right.
I'm
Yes,
not
ma'am.
worried about
Because that's a
that piece.
requirement.
Yes, you have
Period.
to open the door.
Right.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
because your mama should have raised a man.
Period.
We didn't raise boys, right?
Well,
But
it's different.
well,
We have a different
chivalry
system.
ain't dead.
It's
Right.
not, and so you have to kind of see if that's in that individual.
Girl, listen.
Okay.
Listen.
Yes,
If you
Auntie.
got to see if it's in there, he ain't the
Correct,
one.
correct.
I'm just gonna say that.
That's
Right.
Yes, that's right.
Right. Leave
That is
him.
right.
Take him to the water and drown
Yes.
him.
Oh my God.
But so I'm just saying, so I'm still trying to, find my way. But mine has really been like having another person in my life, and then stepping back, and and allowing that person to kind of take a lead versus me being the one saying, I want to go here, I want to do this, I think you should do
You
that.
have to tap into
Right.
soft girl.
And figuring how to say sometimes,
Yes.
Okay.
But I think you've been doing a great job at that.
I'm struggling.
I know.
I mean, but that's
Right.
that's my struggle. And so I think it's amazing that Kayla and Aria
Yes.
can have these conversations. But I also want, you get to do that because we've made it easy for you. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've made it easy
100%.
for you.
100%.
And so it's imperative that when we ask you those questions, you do just what you're doing. You come teach us. You come teach us. Because what we learned was, girl, you don't have time to be soft. You don't have time to do that.
I'm like my sis right here when they said use your inside voice. I didn't have no inside voice.
What is
I was like,
that?
yeah, what is that? And being ex-military, I was really like
Right.
my husband was like, you ain't the boss right now. You not in charge. And I was like, but I am. Like you said, you gonna stand there, open the door. I would get irritated. Like, why you gotta open this door? Like, I can open this door.
Right.
Like, move out the way.
Right.
Like you gotta come all the way over here and let this chair out. And all this stuff. It was like, it would irritate me, like, to no end. And one time somebody was like, ma'am, don't take off your crown. And I'm looking at him like, why is you in our business? Like, who are you? He was over there. Like, I'm just trying to get into CBS. And you all over here on the corner talking. I was like real irritated. And I'm like, and he said, you see, you out here embarrassing us. So thank y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
But I'm so sorry. Both of y'all, do you think that it's kind of being, the way, do you think it's kind of counterintuitive to getting to your soft girl era, or getting the people that you're with to like help you get to that more because of the wall that you have up? Does that make sense?
I think lately, I think I've been like a fake soft girl for like so long. Like, I was like looking like, oh girl, y'all, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do my this. I think I was like a fake soft girl, like, cause it was cute. But like, I don't need you to do all that. Like, I would tell don't get it twisted. I got my own money.
Yeah.
And he was like, and I had to stop telling him. I was like, what's telling that man that?
That's what I'm like,
You
is it
know, and it's-
counterintuitive?
But it's like, yeah, it is. But yeah, thank you, because really, that's not, because I'm raising my son. He's 24. He graduated. I want him to be able to go out there and treat a young woman like, and I'm raising him to treat her so she can feel like she has a soft girl era. Treat her like you open that door, you do this. So why do I act like that?
Because guess what? I don't want to take that away from them.
Yes.
So thank you for opening the door. Thank you for standing. To this day, my husband, he will make sure he's outside before I get there. And he will stand until I come and get in the car.
Yes.
And
Start the car.
Right, start the car, all those things. And so I had to learn how to appreciate that. Because ain't nobody else gonna put up with me. That's beyond, and I tell people, oh, this look good. But this ain't really what you want.
You don't want me. I'm telling you.
This is not what you want.
Because the first time my bath water ain't ran, my friend said, "Girl, ain't nobody about to clean out your bathtub and run your bath water and deal with your mouth. Ain't nobody doing that but him."
Right.
I'm like, girl, yeah, you right.
You right.
Let
me be nice
And
today.
so I don't, right.
nice
Listen,
today.
I don't want to be the one that take that for granted. And so I think just being able to step back and, because yes, we can do this. Yes, we have our own money. Yes, all the things. However, when I don't have my own money, my husband's like, I've been telling you to lead this and lead, whatever. I'm like, I ain't about to depend on you for, because that's the way my parents, right? And so he was like, it's not even about that. But, just being able to have that, the privilege, the grace, the harmony.
I like that word.
Harmony is
Harmony.
great.
Because on one day, right.
That's all girl. You're right. It's harmony, baby.
It's more so harmony.
Right. So, yeah. Any more other questions?
Yeah, I think I have. I don't know if it's not a question. It's more of a comment. And because growing up, I saw my mother, 3 jobs, 3 kids, 3 jobs. She had a job for every kid. And I saw my grandmother working. They were just busy, always trying to take care of business. And growing up, it just seemed that as I got grown, it's like if I took time for myself, it almost seemed like it was selfish to do that, right? So I really appreciate what y'all are saying today. And my daughter, she's in her soft girl era, and I find myself saying, "Girl, you can work and you can work from home and you can have a second job," and she's like, "I'm not doing all that." Well, that's not how I raised you. She was like, "That's what you do. I'm not doing all that."
I know that's right.
And I never until now listening to y'all, it was like, oh, yeah, soft girl. But I appreciate it, and I think that harmony, trying to find that harmony. I struggle with that. I struggle with any me time. I really struggle with it. I'll work 100 hours and yeah, I did good this week. I ain't done enough for myself, but just trying to find some type of harmony where, yes, I enjoy working, but at the same time, I've got to take care of me. So kudos to y'all. It's a teachable moment.
I was thinking, you said that, and so for me, my big thing has been talking myself into staying in the bed. Because I always hear my mom's voice saying, "Oh, that is so trifling." Right? And so, because on Saturday mornings, when we grew up, you get up, you turn the
put that
music
bed
on.
right on.
Yeah, and you start cleaning up. And so I have literally every Saturday morning that I don't have something going on, I talk myself into staying in the bed. And it's almost like, how you see the commercials and you have a little devil over here and the little angel over here. My mama is the angel saying, if you don't get your little trifling self up, and the devil is over here saying, girl, you better lay in that bed because you know the kind of week.
Right.
And I literally, I am going back and forth with myself to stay in the bed. Just stay in the bed.
Right. But I think it teaches us the conditioning of our minds and how we pass on. Like you said, your mother had 3 jobs, and so now that your daughter's working from home, she was like, you can do this, you can do this. And your daughter was like, listen, my bills are paid, I'm good. What I need to work all them jobs for? And then as well as, because my grandmother was the same. She was a hard worker. She had all these jobs, and now you need to get up. Look, she was in the hospital, and I remember she was like, look, that nurse, all she do is just sit down on her end. I'm like, oh my God, Granny. And so, but I think the soft girl era is teaching us that our value is not tied into how much we work.
Ooh, now that's the word. Say that again.
Our value is not tied into how much we work. We are more than the hours we put in.
Wonderful, yes.
Ooh. So let's just let that sit in. Our value is not tied into how many tenants you have in your new building. It's not that tied into how many sales you make. It's not tied to how many people I see in my practices and how many lives you all touch. We're so much more than that. So if the
Agreed.
soft girl, this era, this trend, if it doesn't teach me anything, it is I am more than the hours that I work. I'm so much more than that.
Love it.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I feel like it's also kind of different for me because I do not let my job stress me out, but I'm also not in my career yet. I feel like a lot of you guys are already in your career. Like, this is what you're like doing and want to do. But at my job, I'm like, this is not what I'm doing for the rest of my life, so I could care less. Not like I care about my job, obviously, but I'm like, I'm not letting it stress me out because I know this isn't like the end all be all. So I feel like that's also like, I guess like a privilege that I kind of have to be in my soft girl era now, because I feel like that will definitely look different once I'm in my career doing what I want to do and making sure it's successful. I feel like I'd probably be more stressed out or more worried about with my what my work life looks like and how it's influencing everything else. But now I'm awarded the opportunity to be like, it is what it is. Like,
It comes in with what Stacey said. That's when that harmony is going to really come in.
Yes.
Because when you become that doctor, it is
Right.
going to be stressful. It's that season.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be
yes.
you're going to be working and you're going to be saving lives and working on babies, so it'll be different. But it's going to be that
But it's that mindset. Nobody told me to say, girl, this ain't gonna be your forever job. You go there and do what you want to do now, because you never know what was going right. And so, I like that though. She said, this ain't my forever job.
One thing we have to keep in mind when we're not in our soft girl era, right, is, and I tell my clients this all the time, I'll have clients who come to me and they're like, oh, well, I'm taking care of my parents, I'm working on my job, I got my kids going on, this and that, and I'm exhausted. And I'm like, well, I'm not impressed. Come and tell me when you're doing all these things and you're not exhausted, right? And so it's about knowing that most of what we do as women, as Black women, is to serve other people. And so we're stretching ourselves too thin. We're not in our soft girl era because we have to be there for this, that, and the third. But the thing is, if we really truly want to serve these people and give them the best of us, we need to be in our soft girl era, so we're giving them from the overflow. Because when you're running on fumes and you're doing all this and you're exhausted, then you're really not serving the people who you love anyway, because they're getting the raggedy leftovers after you are burnt out and run down. So be in your soft girl era and let that coffee cup overflow and feed them from the saucer.
Yes.
Fake does not count. I need it to be real. We can't be giving no fraudulent overflow.
You want to be authentic.
Right, and that's the thing. If we're really here to serve and be there for all of these people and we want to give them the best of us, then give them the best of us by saying, because I'll tell one of my girlfriends in a minute, don't call me, maybe this evening, girl, I got this issue. Like, look, I am more than willing to listen to this, but if you really want me to pour into you and give you some good stuff, call me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I'm depleted today.
Yeah.
Now, if you want me to help you today, I can, but it's going to be some raggedy-ish.
Right.
Because I'm tired. But if you want me to really be able to tap in and listen to you and give you, it might just take a bubble bath. Call me in the morning. I just need a bubble bath. I just need to sit down. I just need to watch some mindless TV. But then you can get the best of me. So feeding from the saucer is not the scraps. That's the gold right there. So you have to give from your overflow.
Yeah, for sure. I real quick, I feel like it kind of different. What I'm noticing, younger generation, I guess us versus you guys, I feel like we naturally walked into the soft girl era because of what's going on around us, and y'all are having to unlearn so mmany patterns that you've been in for so many years as this new term comes around. So it's a little bit more difficult for you guys. So I give y'all kudos, because look, for real.
I just have one other comment, and that is, it seems that I am in my, I don't know which career I'm in, but I've retired and started working again, and now I love what I do, and I'm like, wow, I love what I do. So working a lot of hours, it's like, I love what I do. And I think that's also part of a soft girl era, doing something you enjoy. And so it's a different type of stress. It may be stressful, but it's a different type of stress. It's very fulfilling. And I know that that's where I am now in my life. I just need to incorporate some of these other things. But as far as career, I am so very much fulfilled in my career.
Incorporate what works well for you. Whatever works well for you. But the fact that you enjoy doing what you do, and that was a conversation I was having with my mom. She was like, okay, so now you get to, and I was like, but I enjoy doing these other things. I am fulfilled doing these other things. So it's not work. It's like you said, it's a different kind of stress because we're preparing for this, but it's to serve. And so I want to encourage our listeners, our followers, our viewers is to, what does soft girl look like for you? It looks different from everybody here on the panel and in our audience, but what does the soft girl look like for you? And how can you be authentic in your soft girl? So, with that being said, we'll go ahead and close out. I want us to remind everybody, let me go back. So, hey sis.
Let's talk.
All right. Just to remind you that this is a free membership, right, here in Tarrant County, serving Black women, and it is open for a sisterhood. And so we do invite you to join us, to also follow us on Facebook. So follow AOC on Facebook to learn more about the various events that will be taking place. Want to discuss that this is a live conversation and is solely for informational and conversational purposes only, and does not intend to serve or a replacement of medical or professional advice. So if you need medical or professional advice or treatment, please visit Psychology Today and or the American Psychology Association. I want to thank all of my panelists for joining us for this wonderful conversation, as well as our audience. So thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
For sharing what soft girl looks like and what it feels like, it means to you. It seems like we all can grow into that, letting people open the door, letting them pay whatever they want to pay for, going to get our nails done, turning off their brain to get a massage. So again, what does the soft girl look like for you? Thank you for joining us.